midnight on Thursday. If Mitch McConnell will grow a set,
only if they just grow a set.
They have the House.
Only if the politicians would just grow a set. Seriously.
And Phil Rucker the other night, Phil Rucker, who, trust me, is as far
it's
away
been quite
from
a year and a
as
half.
possible at the Washington Post.
I'm just going to touch on a couple of things today because let me lower this down.
Nervous. They didn't think the CR thing would be a big deal. They're nervous. And why? They understand they will be blamed for shutting down their government. They will look like they can't govern.
Politicians
Why?
are out of control, both sides.
Why did they spend months and months and months and months, not in hearings, not in getting you any facts, but spinning this fantasy of, oh, yeah, we're going to have a bipartisan...
My conundrum is this, okay?
They said, yeah, there's a little teeny bill, there's a little teeny part of this off to the side for roads.
The whole vax thing, mask thing.
Okay? It's the Green Deal. It's another thing. The $3.5 trillion is so insane, and finally...
I'm kind of like, I don't even know where to begin sometimes. Since January, we've had a complete shift in our country, okay? Regardless of how you thought, what you thought about Trump, there was some sort of control over our borders. We had our really low unemployment. We had our energy independence. A lot of good things were happening. Economy was going great. Then suddenly the China virus hit. So no matter how you look at that, I mean, I got my own ideas. So say it was an accident and China's, they just let it get out by accident, and, and the whole world was basically put on their knees for a year and a half. If that's what you think, then okay. How we proceed from now? Everything's changed since then. So now the whole vax mandate and everything, you got people looking at losing their jobs because they don't want to get vaccinated for whatever reason, religious, medical. I mean, pregnant women don't want to get vaccinated with this because it's not proven. It's still in the test mode. Still, it hasn't been run through the whole testing process like most vaccinations are. So all that is in play. So how does this make any sense, right? When you have the border wide open. And we all saw it on the news the last couple of weeks, right? You got 15,000 Haitians and illegal immigrants, whoever they were, mostly Haitians, coming from South America, and they're all parked under that bridge. And then within like 7 or 8 days, they're gone. Where'd they go? They weren't getting vaccinated. They weren't getting tested. Right? They're here. They've been shipped around the country. They haven't been sent back. Maybe a couple of thousand, but not 15,000. Maybe 5,000, but not the other 10,000. So, what the hell's going on? Vax mandates, right? You got vax mandates for certain government workers, but yet Congress is not mandated, okay? You got Senate, not mandated. Staffers, Congress staffers, Senate staffers, and White House workers, not mandated. Postal workers must have a strong union, not mandated, right? But yet, healthcare workers are mandated. Military are mandated, right? Now, Mass State Police, big uproar yesterday. Dozens of Mass State Police are walking off the job, whether they're retiring early or whatever. But the mandate's coming up in a few weeks. Mass State Police, as well as I'm sure it's going to be countrywide at some point. The ones who don't want to take the vaccination are either going to be fired or leave, retire, whatever. The the thing that really bugs me in healthcare work, the thing that really bugs me is the um, the nurses, right? The ones in New York, the teachers, right? Frontline people, nurses, and they were praised, heroes back during the COVID days. Oh, how we forget back in the old COVID days a year and a half ago. Ooh, the heroes on the front lines, right? They going to work every day while all the other doctors and a lot of people, no, they're not going to the office. They're not getting exposed to COVID. They did remote. They did Zoom. They got paid the same, but they did Zoom. All these frontline nurses, oh no. They were in the doctor's offices. They were or not the offices, they were in the hospitals, right? Doing frontline shit, right? Now, if they don't get vaccinated, will be fired, and there's no unemployment. No unemployment. Can you imagine that? Can you now think of this for a second, right? These nurses, if they don't get vaccinated, are not going to be able to collect unemployment. Wow. Everybody who didn't want to work because of COVID last year could collect unemployment while they were working 60-hour, 70, 80-hour weeks collecting. I mean, not collecting. The others were collecting. They were working on the front lines as heroes with COVID. Most of these people have natural immunity. They probably had COVID 2 or 3 times over the last year and a half. So this is such BS, right? And then you got, then you go down the line with Afghanistan, right? Then you look at that whole fiasco, right? I mean, look at everything from a distance. Like you almost gotta like step back, right? And look at what the hell is going on, right? The Afghanistan withdrawal, done ass backwards, right? That alone should make everybody think, what the fuck's going on around here? I mean, that is ridiculous what's going on, right? How's that make any sense to anybody, even with a non-military background? So you, let me think. So you shut the base down, pull all the military out, then worry about the civilians. I mean, come on. You're not hearing this on the news. You're not hearing it anywhere unless you look for it. And most people are busy doing their day-to-day, trying to make a living. And this stuff is like back burner now. This, like what I'm talking about today is like, most people forgot about it already because it was like 2 weeks ago. The Haitian thing was last week. People forgot about that already. They're worried about, going shopping and let's see what we're going to watch on TV tonight. Oh, look. Oh, we got to watch the football game this week, that's important. Look, there's shit going on in this country, and we're all like, la, 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 la. We're just like walking around with our heads up our ass, and I can't fathom it. I know I'm a little overwhelmed with it all, and I think about it too much maybe, but if again, I'm going to end on this. If COVID-19 84, if COVID-19 84 was such a threat, right? Why are the borders wide open? Why are we shipping Afghan refugees, sending them to every place around the country, little groups here and there, because, we had to pull them out, because and a lot of them that we pulled out aren't even the people that helped us. They were just Afghans that got on planes. And then we're sending the Haitians that came up. Now, this is the other point. The Haitians that were under that bridge, right? Almost a good high percentage of them were already settled in Southern American countries. So they weren't fleeing Haiti from the disasters of Haiti, the earthquakes and all the other crap that's been going on in Haiti over the last 5 years. They were settled in with whatever the immigration cards they get in these other countries, but they heard there was a green light to come up here. So they are coming up here because guess what? Living in America is better than living in Chile or Peru or wherever the hell they came from. So again, that just destroys the whole narrative that, I mean, the whole narrative, America's a racist country. Please, come on. So all these black Haitians are rushing to get to America, right? Because we suck so bad, right? I mean, none of it makes sense, okay? None of it. None of it makes any sense. And if you look into it, and I'm going to put links out because there's so much information on this, but most people are in la-di-da land. They think everything's going to keep going hunky-dory in this country. But guess what? Things are changing in this country, and it's changing radically. And at some point, we have to, you got to start looking into stuff. You got to start researching a few things. This is not normal what's going on right now. I mean, if you think it is, if you think everything that's going on in this country is like A-okay, then you're obviously not reading and looking into different things. You're just watching the TV. You watch the TV and entertainment. It's tonight. Honestly, I mean, seriously, think about this, right? I like hockey. Preseason just started the other day. I like sports. I like watching Pats. I enjoy that stuff. I've been wrapped up in politics for like over a year now, like more than a year, 2 years probably. And then the whole Corona thing got me on my heels because I had Corona. I mean, I got it bad. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I mean, I'm not saying it's a non-existent virus. But for people, all of this, getting back to the vaccinations and stuff. So if I'm forced to get vaccinated, right? I've had COVID. I got antibodies. I got more of a defense system in my system right now because I had Corona than anybody who has a vaccination because I've got natural antibodies. That's not even being discussed. Not even being discussed. If you don't get vaccinated, you're fired. I don't care about natural antibodies. If you don't get vaccinated, you're fired. That's bullshit. Read about it. Look it up. There's stuff on this. This is a control thing going on right now that's above my pay grade. It's up here somewhere. Could be even higher because I'm not a smart man. But anyway, there's a lot going on, and we're going to address each of these things in the next couple of weeks, one thing at a time, and just go through it with source material, with videos, with shows that I like to watch that are informative. And we're going to get into it because you know what? Something's going on, and it isn't pretty. It's not pretty. So we'll talk soon. Have a great day.